Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. In today's video we are going to look at the 1959 Roosevelt dime. Now the 1959 Denver Mint Roosevelt dime actually had the highest mintage of any Roosevelt dime prior to 1960s. 1959 was also a very special year for coin collecting because that's when we switched over from the wheat penny design to the Lincoln Memorial reverse design. So that occurred in the year 1959. But in addition to the regular pennies that they were making, they were also making a lot of these right here. These are just your standard 1959 Roosevelt dimes. So in this video, we'll talk about where you can locate the mint mark, the silver content on them, errors and varieties. There's actually quite a few repunched mint marks for the year 1959, as well as the melt value of the silver in these coins. We'll also talk about this coin right here. This is a $1 coin that comes to you from Fiji. So we will rotate it a little bit, and this will be the focus of today's foreign coin showcase. So this coin was made from 1959 until 2000. This one happens to be dated 1955. So 1995 until 2000, and I've got quite a few of them right here. So we'll save these ones for the second half of the video. These are all 1955 so far, 1995s. Then I've got a 1998 and a 1999. So if you're interested in learning about these Fiji $1 coins, stick around for the second half of today's video. Now back to the featured coins, these ones right here, the 1959 Roosevelt dimes. Now many of you might have known what was going on in 1960s as far as the coins, and that's important to understand when we start talking about these coins right here. So 1960s we had a coin shortage. So what happened was that people were collecting a lot of coins and they weren't actually spending them. At the time there was still silver in the coins, and people were just hoarding onto these coins because the precious metal value of the silver itself was worth a lot more than the face value of the coin. And then we had a coin shortage. So what the mint did in 1965, as many of you probably already know, they took the silver out of the Roosevelt dimes and the Washington quarters, and they really increased the mintage on those coins. So starting in 1964, they had high mintage as well. So 1964, we had 1.3 billion, that's billion with a B, from the Denver Mint. And then 65, 66, and 67 didn't have any mint marks on them. So we had 1.6 billion with no mint mark in 65, 1.3 billion in 66, and 2.2 billion in 1967. So astronomically high mintages on those Roosevelt dimes in the 1960s. Prior to that, 1959 Denver Mint had the highest mintage out of any Roosevelt dime prior to 1960, in which there were 164 million. So we see quite a jump from 164 million being considered a lot to 1.3, 1.6, 2.2 billion of them being produced. Now you might be wondering, where do you locate the mint mark on these coins? We'll flip them over and I'll give you the Philadelphia Mint mintage as well. So 1959, as I mentioned, we featured 164 million from the Denver Mint and just 85 million from the Philadelphia Mint. So the Philadelphia Mint won't have a mint mark on them. And interestingly, even though the Philadelphia Mints are much more scarce than the Denver Mints, I've actually got 3 out of the 4 right here that are from the Philadelphia Mint. So as you can see, we've got a D mint mark located right there. And then the mint mark would be located right here if there was one on the other coins. So the reason for that, even though that these ones right here are more common, is because I do live on the East Coast. So I live closer to the Philadelphia Mint. So most of the coins that I get are from the Philadelphia Mint, so those won't have a mint mark on them. And a lot of the people who sell coins to my local coin shop are probably from the East Coast as well. So it's likely that I'll come across a lot more Philadelphia minted coins than I will Denver minted coins. So I've got just one Denver Mint 1959 right here. Now, a key designation when looking at Roosevelt dimes is the detail that you can see in the bands of the torch. So I'm going to put these two right here side by side. These are both 1959s, but you can see the one on the left has a lot more detail as far as the bands that you can see running vertically on the torch. This one right here is a lot more faded. So if you have what's known as the full bands, that can get the full bands designation by a coin grading agency like PCGS, and that can be worth a lot more money. So pay close attention if you think you've got a highly gradable coin to the full bands reverse design right here, and see how much detail you can see in that coin. Now, as far as the prices of this coin, because the 1959 Denver Mint was so common, unfortunately, the prices are quite low. It's not even really worth getting your coin graded unless it can get a mint state 67, 68, or higher. That's just because there are so many out there that PCGS, which is a coin grading agency, has graded at a mint state 66 or better. So keep in mind the scale goes up to 70. So mint state 66s are currently selling for around $13 to $20. This is being recorded at the end of October 2018. So the most recent auction results have occurred in October 2018, in which one sold for $14, another sold in September for $13. These are all the mint state 66s. So your coin unfortunately won't be worth a lot of money. Highly unlikely that it's even worth getting graded. However, you should definitely still hang on to it because of the silver content. Now, the silver content on a coin like this is 90% silver, 10% copper. Unfortunately, the coin itself doesn't weigh too much, so it only weighs 2.5 grams. Of that, 90% is silver. So you have a current melt value of about $1.03. That's taken into consideration that silver is only at $14.27 an ounce. So silver being $14.27 an ounce is a very low price of silver, especially when you look at its historical prices. So that drives the price of these silver coins right here down a little. So it could be a good opportunity if you're looking to get one because the price of silver is a little bit lower than it has been. Maybe now is a good time for you to buy into one of these coins if you've been looking to add them to your coin collection. Now, we talked about the price of the higher grade ones as well as the silver content melt value. Now let's talk about some repunched mint marks. So one way your coin, let me adjust that lighting back for you, sorry about that. One way your coin can be worth more money is if you have a error or a variety coin. Now, a lot of the repunched mint marks really increase the value of the coin. So sometimes the mint has trouble punching the mint mark correctly, then that creates some error coins. So error coins will be worth more than face value, and there's a good resource out there called the Cherry Picker's Guide to Rare Die Varieties of United States Coins that details a lot of error coins. So looking at the 1959 Roosevelt dime section, the most valuable 1959 D repunched mint mark. It's valued at $120 for a mint state 66, and the description is as follows. The D mint mark was punched into the die inverted, then punched with the D corrected. So if you see a D repunched over another D, and the first D it looks like was inverted, then you could have a very specific repunched mint mark error coin out there. Now there are 3 other versions of repunch mint marks that involve the 1959D. Each of them sells for a different price, and it depends on how the repunch mint mark occurred. So the first one is usually always an error, and then the mint mark gets punched, a new mint mark gets punched above it. So right now we have the 1959D right here. So keep an eye out for repunch mint marks on your 1959D. That's really the only way you can sell it for a significant amount of money. All right, now I did promise we get into these Fiji coins right here. I don't have a lot of time left in the video, so let's get into them kind of quickly. So this coin was made from 1995 up until 2000. Its value is $1, 1 Fiji dollar, so that translates to about 47 cents United States dollars. I'll put one on the obverse and then one on the reverse so we can see the 2 different designs right here. Rotate it. So we're looking like that right there and like this right here. So as far as the obverse, the front side of the coin, we see an 8-sided border that contains the crown head featuring the right as well as the date. So pretty simple design on the left of your screen right here. On the right side, we see a 8-sided border contains a sakamuli, which is a native ceramic water bottle. We see the denomination above. So this is kind of a native ceramic water bottle that was used to carry water. And then we see the denomination above right here, and then the name of that water bottle down here at the bottom. As far as the mintages of these coins go, the highest year of production was 1995, but the mintages were quite low at just 5 million. Then in 96, we had a million, 97, a million, 98, a million, 99, a million, and then the year 2000, 1 million as well. So 1995 will be the most common year, and then 96 through 2000, those will all be a million and kind of on the lower mintage of those coins. All right, everyone, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you are into coin collecting, please do check out some of the other videos on this channel. If you enjoyed this and you're not already a subscriber, please do hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much, everyone, and best of luck coin collecting out there. Enjoy.